Give us a brief description of what it is and what's new about it.
Well, the only thing new, there's a couple over by the Hamden Town line. There's a little bit of change in the mapping. And that's the only change there has been with the new compliance map. And so it's very, very, as the planning department said, it's very minor changes that really, there's really no,
Just move the line a little bit.
just moved a little bit, right, and it was very, right on the boundary with Hampton.
It's the floodplain line, is that it?
It's around the floodplain, for the New York City watershed, yeah. Or not the watershed, it's for the FEMA regs. Do you have anything to say about that, Mark? There's not much change of nothing on it, so. But that's what's, what they showed us on the map, a very minute, change right at the boundary with Hamden. So there's a seeker form we're supposed to go through. And just a short form, right? It says short. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, well, we should read through it, which, bear with me, please. Okay, does the proposed action only involve the legislative adoption of a plan, local law, ordinance, administrative rule, or regulation? If yes, okay, and that, we're answering that yes. It does, adopting a plan, a local law, or ordinance, administrative rule. And that, it's a yes or no, and that's a yes answer. Does the proposed, and okay, it says if yes, attach a narrative description of the intent of the proposed action and environmental resources that may be affected by the municipality and process to, and proceed to part two. Okay, part two. Does the proposed action require permit, approval, or funding from any other government agency? And I would say no. Okay.
I don't think the total acreage, I don't know.
Total acreage of the site of the proposed action, which is, I would say just a couple acres, 2 acres, plus or minus. Okay. Check all the land use that occur on, adjoining, and near the proposed action. It's just rural is what it is, not agricultural. It's swampland. I think that's a short form.
Yeah, I don't hear, I'll read.
Is the proposed action a permitted use under the zoning regs and consistent with the adopted comprehensive plan? And yes, it is.
Yeah, negative declaration.
Okay.
Kind of like the previous agreement didn't really affect.
Okay. Is the proposed action consistent with the predominant character of the existing building? Existing built or natural landscape? And yeah, and that's no. No, the proposed action is consistent. And that's gotta be yes, and not change anything. Just, is the proposed site of the proposed action located in or does it adjoin a state-listed critical environmental area? And I would say no to that. Will the proposed action result in a substantial increase in traffic above present levels? No. Are public transportation services available at or near the site of the proposed action? No. Are any pedestrian accommodations or bicycle routes available on or near the site of the proposed action? No. Does the proposed action meet or exceed the state energy code requirements? No. It's There's nothing vacant land. Will the proposed action connect to an existing public or private water supply? No. If the proposed action will the proposed action connect to existing water, wastewater utilities? No. Does the site contain a structure that is listed on either the state or national register of historic places? That's no. Is the proposed action located in an archaeological sensitive area? No. Does any portion of the site of the proposed action or land adjoining the proposed action contain wetlands or other wet water bodies regulated by federal, state, or local agencies? No. Will the proposed action physically alter or encroach into any existing wetland or water body? No. Identify the typical habitat types that occur on or are likely to be found on the project site. Shoreline, no. Wetland, yes. Forest, I don't believe there's forest there, it's more of a,
On the backside there is, but
there is, okay, forest on the backside. Urban, no. Agricultural grasslands, no. Suburban, no. Early, mid, seasonal? No, it'd be forest and wetlands, I guess, would be the, anything, there's not really any, there's no grasslands for agriculture. Does the site of the proposed action contain any species of animals or associated habitats listed by the state or federal government as threatened or endangered? No. Is the project site located in the 100-year floodplain? I don't believe so.
not that I know.
Not that, no, not that we know of. Will the proposed action create stormwater discharge either from point or non-point sources? No. Does the proposed action include construction or other activities that result in an impoundment of water or other liquids? Retention ponds, waste lagoons, dam? No. Has the site of the proposed action or an adjoining property been the location of an active or closed solid waste management facility? No. Has the site of the proposed action or an adjoining property been the subject of mediation ongoing or completed for hazardous waste? No. I affirm that the information provided above is true and accurate to the best of my knowledge. Town of Franklin, is there any questions, questions on me signing it and dating it? Then I will sign it. And I'm sorry, I should have closed the public hearing. Just trying to shut the public hearing was done, and no one part company did this.
Oh, okay.
Motion to close the public hearing.
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.